So first bike packing for me. I've got Scarlett here loaded up. Got my camping gear, food, water,
and a chaperone.
And Sid is gonna make sure I get there safely. We're starting at Casa de Dowling and heading to Shangri-La Campground just at Santos. So 96 miles, hopefully tailwind the whole way because it's a bit breezy. So let's try this thing out. All right, we're 7 miles in and I already had to stop and fix the bags because this one was falling off. And so tightened it, readjusted it, and fixed that one too. Cruising along. We're on some Palatka dirt roads and we only got about 90 miles to go. So we just crossed the Rodman Dam and I forgot to get video. I got lots of pictures, but I'll get video on the way back tomorrow. But we're now on the Florida Trail and we ran this section last year after this was our first run back after the Grand Canyon. And so there's the lock over there, and so this is all part of the Florida Trail, and we're gonna head over to Rodman Campground before we go into Ocala National Forest. But this is such a pretty section with all the trees, and we just saw deer, so we're kind of taking our time through this section. But he's getting ahead of me now, so time to go. We are officially in Ocala National Forest, and I don't know if you can see ahead, but that's a good little hill for us Floridians. So should be fun, but the road's in great condition. And I also have to say thanks to Carlos with Single Track Samurai putting this route together. He does bikepacking events all over Florida and creates routes for people like me that can't seem to figure out the best option to take. So far so good, Carlos, but we ain't there yet. So
my phone's not working too well out here, by the way.
Ocala National Forest, so far nice pretty forest roads. So I'm walking my bike through this soft sand because having the bags on the back is causing my rear wheel to fishtail out of control. It's kind of crazy and I just could not control it anymore. I was loving Ocala National Forest, but we are bound to hit some soft sand eventually. So we're cruising along and Sid is like, we're in the middle of nowhere. I know what we're doing here, but what are these cars doing here? Are they dumping a dead body? Because there is nothing for many miles. I think a bug just hit my GoPro. I hope that turned out really well. We are out of Ocala National Forest and I don't remember the name of the forest we're in now. I saw a sign, but it was a little frustrating and some soft sand, and I had to let some air out of my tires. But we are, I think, getting closer because we're like 60 something. Not really sure. But it's still a beautiful day. I mean, it's like 70s, low humidity. So couldn't ask for anything better. We are getting a little low on water, so we're hoping that we get to civilization at some point. So we've reached Marjorie Parkway. We're getting on the Florida Trail, doing a little single track here, but we're almost there. We're at mile 70 something, so getting close. So I've never been on this section of the Florida Trail. We are just on the east side of Santos, and it's pretty beautiful. I would love to run this section. I've kind of always wanted to see what this section was like, so I'm glad I'm getting to check it out. But I don't have gram skills, so I can't hold a GoPro and pedal single track on a gravel bike with bags very well.
Know where we're going.
All right, we made it to Santos, and it's been a really fun route. So Carlos, I have to say, you did good. We had quite a bit of single track there for a while, but we're at Santos Campground, and so we're gonna go over there, and now we know where we are. We're just taking the rail trail all the way to the Shangri-La campsite, where I'm gonna be spending the night, and then Sid is meeting Jess. We made it to the land bridge. So I'm usually coming off the trails right there, but we just took the rail trail. Oh, and I'm in the middle of the... So we're heading up there. Sid's first time on the land bridge. This is probably, what do you think, the 5th? We've seen a bunch of these guys. We've seen them all day.
Almost ran over one.
Yeah, we were doing some single track somewhere on the Florida Trail, and I thought it was a log. It was not a log. Luckily, we missed the little turtle. Hey, turtle. Hi, I don't have any food for you.
That's what I was hoping is he would come out and crawl.
So this is the land bridge. It's basically a bridge going over 75 that's land. Nothing really exciting, but Sid has been looking forward to this all day. This is his first time over the land bridge. Man, 75 traffic, look at that. Can you see all that traffic? Holiday weekend here. Everybody in Florida on 75. I am so glad. See, this is why I didn't drive here. This is exactly why I didn't want to drive. So when you need to go somewhere, just bike there. All right, so we made it to Shangri-La, 100 miles. And Jessica drove here and brought us food. I didn't know. She said she was going to get me a veggie sub, but she also got kombucha and Terra chips, which are my favorite. And so I'm pretty happy about this. So this is our campsite. Got my tent here, and I have Scarlett right behind the tent. And luckily we got the hookup from Jim and Debbie in that RV there, who is letting us crash on their site. They work here, so we got the serious hookup. And this is Melissa. Now, Sid and Jessica, they're camping at the Hampton Inn tonight. So Melissa decided to go buy a tent and camp with me tonight just to do my hair. So the whole purpose of this is to get my hair done. So it's nice and short now. Look at my hair. See how short it is? I got like, I don't know, how many inches did you cut off of it? 3 or 4 inches cut off of it. So the purpose of this bike packing trip was to get my hair done. Melissa kept saying, when are you going to come down to get your hair done? I was like, I don't want to drive that far. 2.5 hours is a long way to drive. So maybe I should bike there and camp. But I wanted her to camp with me, so I made her go get a tent and camp with me. So she went to REI and got a tent. So she's going to be trying out her Big Agnes tent tonight. And tent camping for the first time.
As an adult.
As an adult. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I'm having some black beans and rice, boiling my water, and going to bed because I have to bike back tomorrow. We are on day 2, and we are on our long section of single track. Section 1 of section 2. This is a mountain bike trail before we hit the Florida Trail. How was Camp Day Hampton Inn last night?
Very nice.
Yeah.
My mattress was real comfortable.
Yeah. I had an air pad that I slept on. My tent was comfortable, but...
Jess and I have an AirPad story. I won't share it now.
Oh, nice. All right. All right, day 2, back to Palatka. Let's get through the single track because it's slow. We got to still get through Ocala National Forest. Well, we're done with the single track. Welcome to the soft sand. Still love Florida. We are just past 70 miles. We are making really great time. We're past all the hard sections. And now we're just in beautiful Ocala National Forest. Long, nice gravel roads. And taking a mental health break here with some Pringles because I need some salt. And seeing what these kids are gonna do. So we are trying to just get through this, taking less stops, and get back home today. So we're gonna just take a break, then keep on cruising for 30 more miles. We made it back to the dam, and this is part of the Florida Trail. We ran this last year. You can see the Florida Trail markings there. We just biked that 4 or 5 mile section. And we're crossing the dam, and it's like we are 10 miles away from Robert's house, which is pretty awesome because a lot better time than we did yesterday. Although I feel like the bridge is not attached. This could be a problem because we're supposed to go over that bridge, but I mean, it's going to be difficult to get our bikes over that. Gonna have to look for some help here. So Scarlett made it back in great shape. All my bags. Successful first bikepacking trip. Mission to get my hair cut, which I did. Mission to get Melissa camping in a tent and go bikepacking. So it was a great success, and I have to give it to Carlos for coming out with a 100-mile route, going through Florida and passing only one place of business, which was the Santos bike shop. That was it for 100 miles, nothing else. So single track samurai was amazing. And if you are wanting to see more adventures, please hit subscribe. And if you have any questions about training for an event like this or any endurance event like a triathlon, please drop a message. And until next adventure,